Yo, what is up guys, Cairo here and welcome back to another Black Ops 6 Zombies video. Today's video is going to be episode 3 in my returning perks and augment idea series. In today's video we're going to be focusing on my first Black Ops 4 specific perk, which will be Bandolier Bandit. So very quickly, before we jump into what the minor and major augment ideas are, I just want to quickly apologise for the gaps in the videos recently. My first video of the year was saying that I wanted to put out one video every single day for the rest of the year, but fortunately the last 3 or 4 days I've not been able to post a video. This is due to internet issues and also PC issues, which has just been preventing me from recording, editing, uploading, anything to do with the videos. I've basically been held back on it. I've been trying to do everything I can, but there's only so much I can do. So I do apologise for that, but now we're back. And hopefully you guys are going to stick around for what is to come on the channel. I also want to keep this video nice and short, or at least keep the intro shorter. I know I'm dragging on a little bit right now, but I have noticed that sometimes I tend to say a lot more than I need to. And I've also received some feedback from people. I'll put some screenshots on the screen here of their comments. So thank you for the feedback, and let's jump straight into it. So, Bandolier Bandit, for those of you guys who don't know, is a Black Ops 4 specific perk. And what I mean by that is it was introduced into Black Ops 4, and since then we have not seen it in any other Treyarch installment of Zombies or any other Zombies installment at all. It's, been a one and done for that game specific, not just on one map, just across that game overall. It has only been there. And I think Black Ops 4 perks, they weren't great, but they also weren't terrible, and I think they should definitely have some time to shine. I think if they were introduced and brought back into Black Ops 6, they could definitely be worked on, definitely upgraded, and I think people would take a lot more of a liking to them than they already do, whether it's people don't like them or people haven't used them before so they're not familiar. The base perk description would be increases ammo reserves for all weapons by 30%. Lethal and tactical equipment is fully replenished when using an ammo cache or an ammo crate, or by collecting a max ammo power up. So, to quickly explain this, you have your standard reserve ammo, which is the ammo that is not currently in your magazine. It's basically your backup ammo, which, self-explanatory. It's just you've got more reserve ammo than you normally would. It'd be up by 30%. I'm not too good at explaining the maths, but I'm sure you guys can figure it out for yourself. And lethal and tactical equipment is fully replenished when using an ammo cache / crate or collecting a max ammo power up. So let's say you have 2 monkey bombs and you have 5 frag grenades, and then you use all of them, and for some reason, your luck isn't great that day. Things are just not dropping, no more frag grenades, no more monkey bombs, but that's what you want to specifically use in that game, or whatever your method you're going for. You just run over to an ammo box, or you pick up a max ammo, and now you have 2 monkey bombs again, and you have 5 more frag grenades, and every time you use an ammo crate or pick up a max ammo, you'll get them back every single time. You'll constantly have 5 frag grenades or 2 monkey bombs or whatever equipment you're using. But heading into the minor augments, as always, I do have 3 ideas. I also have 3 major ideas. So we're going to start off with the first minor augment for Bandolier Bandit in Black Ops 6 Zombies. The first one being Reserve Player, which would read as: reserve ammo capacity is slightly increased by a further 10%. So, the base perk would give you 30% increase in reserve ammo, and if you were to equip this first minor augment, it'd be increased by a further 10%, taking you up to a total of 40% increase in your reserve ammo. So, small benefit, but definitely noticeable. Moving on to the second minor augment, which would be Substitute Player. This would read as: equipment kills with a small chance to add ammo from your reserves to your magazine. So this builds into the base perk again, being able to constantly replenish, constantly refill your equipment, whether it's frag grenades, semtexes, monkey bombs, decoys, whatever it may be. If you were to get a kill, for example, with a semtex, every now and then, if your magazine isn't completely full already, you'd get a few kills with your semtex grenade, and it'd add some small amount of ammo from your reserves into your magazine, which means it saves you from reloading, and it just does the job for you. The last minor augment, and the third one, would be called Main Player. this would read as magazine ammo size is slightly increased by 20%. Now, this would work across all weapons, whether you're using an LMG, an assault rifle, a sniper rifle, whatever it may be. Whatever magazine you have on, if it's the base magazine, if it's extended mag 3, if it's fast mags, whatever it is, it'll be increased by 20%. And the reason I chose 20% is mainly for the rocket launchers, because choosing a number like 10% or 30% is a little weird. Because let's say, for example, a rocket launcher has 5, bullets in a magazine when you pack a bunch it, right? If you were to do a 10% increase, you'd only be getting 0.5 of a rocket or a bullet, whatever you want to say it as. Whereas 20%, it obviously rounds up to a whole extra rocket or a whole extra bullet in the magazine. So it just works out a little bit better for, these niche weapons, shall we say, which aren't your standard SMGs and stuff. Now, moving on to the 3 major augments. As I always say, for those of you guys who don't know or need a sort of rebriefing on what major augments are, these are the ones that are definitely more noticeable in-game. Your minor augments are the ones that make a small difference, but you won't always notice it or you won't always pick up on it. Whereas your major augments are the more game-changing ones. These are the ones that take more of an effect, the ones you're going to constantly notice, the ones that you are really aiming for and unlocking, the ones that are just going to make a big difference in the end game, whether you're doing a high round, going for an Easter egg attempt, whatever it may be. These are the ones that are important. The first major augment being Bandit's Backup. Stowed weapons refill their magazine over time with ammo from its reserves. Stowed weapon damage is temporarily increased when held. So, for those of you guys who have played Black Ops 4, you'll notice that the first part, or the first sort of section of the description of this augment, is a callback to the modifier that Bandolier Bandit got in Black Ops 4 when you had it in your 4 slot, or your Odin slot, I believe it was called. But yeah, stowed weapons damage is temporarily increased when held. So this would mean, if you're running around with an SMG, but you've got a sniper in your back pocket, and it's just sat there for a while, when you pull that sniper out, or you switch it and want to use it, for a brief amount of time, I'm not sure exactly, we'll say maybe like 30 seconds, the damage on that sniper will be increased by a certain percentage or a certain amount. I'm not sure how much in particular, I've not really wrote it down, and I'm not sure what they do with it. But yeah, it'd be better for a brief amount of time. Moving on to the second major augment idea of today's video, it would be called Overly Kind Overflow, and it would read as: killing elite enemies will completely refill and overflow the held weapons magazine. This ammo is not taken from reserves. So this second major augment is basically the big game augment of Bandolier Bandit. Quite a few things in the game have a big game augment, specifically the ammo mods. Normally the ammo mods don't work on elite enemies or your more stronger enemies outside of the base enemies and your special enemies, but the big game augment on these ammo mods, should we say, allows it to work on elite enemies. So I wanted to build that into a perk and see how that would work. But yeah, it'll completely refill the magazine. So we'll say you have 100 bullets in the magazine, you kill an elite enemy, and it not only goes to 100 bullets, it also overflows it. So we'll say it takes you to 120 bullets in that magazine, and it won't be retaken from the reserves, which, as the name reads, it's overly kind. They could just take it from your reserves and it wouldn't be nearly as good. But I want it to be a little treat. I think, if you're gonna put the work in and unlock that major augment, and it's gonna be effective enough for people to use, I think it should have an added benefit to it. And finally, we have our third and last major augment idea of today's video, and the last major augment idea for what I think they should do with Bandolier Bandit if it is ever reintroduced or added to Black Ops 6 Zombies. This third major augment is called High 5, which would read as: you can now carry up to 5 armor plates at a time. Picking up armor plates will automatically repair your armor if not already fully repaired. So the standard amount right now is you can carry 3 armor plates at a time. This is, the maximum amount. You can't go past it. Obviously, you can pick up more as long as you use one along the way, but 3 is currently the max capacity we're allowed to use. And the idea of Bandolier Bandit, as you guys have probably picked up on already, is just the idea of being able to carry more in total. Obviously, the main focus is on ammo reserves or ammo overall, but I've added the idea of carrying more equipment or being able to do more equipment. So I also wanted to introduce something to do with armor. As I said, if your armor isn't already fully repaired, running over one, it'll automatically equip it and it'll automatically repair your armor. So you don't have to worry about putting on more armor plates. You can just, run over it, carry on shooting, carry on mowing down the hordes, and just continue playing as normal without having to worry about, running to a corner or sprint off and armor up yourself. And I also wanted to give a quick shout out to the person who sort of gave me the idea and the inspiration for this third augment, being I'm Carpet. Now, I'm Carpet actually suggested this idea, or came up with the idea, back on my first episode of this series, when I was speaking about what I would do with Vulture Aid. Obviously, we have Vulture Aid now, but these were my ideas at the time, if they were to ever bring it back. And yeah, as you guys can see on the screen, I'm Carpet said, an idea I had for a major augment was auto-equipping armor when you run over it. I think this would drastically improve the game and needs to be a perk. So, that is where my idea came from, or that's where the inspiration for the idea came from, sorry. So thank you, I'm Carpet. You definitely helped with this third and final major augment, and hopefully you see this video. It'd be nice to, see you return to the channel, and hopefully you think I did a good job with the inspiration you gave me. Now, with that being said, that is me all said and done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for the continued support on the channel. We've just hit 31 subscribers at the time of recording this, and by the end of the year I want to get 100. So, for those of you guys who have already subscribed, you're definitely making it possible, definitely getting us one step closer, and it is greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed. And also, both videos or both episodes in this series are over 1,000 views. I believe the Vulture Aid one is at around 1,300 views right now, and the Electric Cherry one, or episode 2, is coming up to 2,000 views. So once again, thank you guys so much. I already had ideas, I already wanted to do more episodes in this series, just get my creative ideas out there. But you guys are definitely giving me more reasons to keep going, to keep pushing them out there. You guys are clearly enjoying it, so I definitely want to keep doing it, and I want to keep posting for you guys, and hopefully you guys stick around for more episodes to come, and you like my ideas just as much as I do. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to comment on what you think of my ideas below, or what ideas you'd have if you were to bring back Bandolier Bandit. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.